Today on Behind the Bloom, we're following flowers from the farm to the plate and to the vase. In our companion podcast for Life in Bloom, episode 202, we'll visit a rose cellar at a farmer's market, make some dahlia and zinnia bouquets. You'll meet my farmer friends Jill and Mary at Crane Dance Farms. I'll add recipes for a pork loin with lavender rub and a cucumber gimlet. And I arrange flowers and duck eggs. Today on Behind the Bloom with me and RJ. Today on Behind the Bloom, we're learning about integrating food and flowers, whether it's organic flowers that can be used in recipes for food or beverage, or decorating our table with simple vases or unusual containers. Flowers belong on our table every day, all the time. Check what's available at your local flower cellar, and be sure to put flowers on the menu tonight. Cal Flowers is a proud sponsor of Behind the Bloom podcast, where flowers and wellness go hand in hand.
Hey, Jay.
RJ, how are you?
I am good. I am excited for episode 202, From Farm to Plate to Vase.
This took place in the summertime when it was warm outside. It is not warm outside right now, RJ.
I know. I'm dreaming of the summer right now.
I know. I will try not to complain, but I will still tell you when it's hot, because I don't really mind this being cold because I can still put on another sweater. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah.
That's what Amanda always says. She's like, she likes the heat even less than the cool. So we'll go for a walk and she'll be like, I'll take this over 100, and I'm the opposite. I'm like, I don't mind the heat.
No, I don't like summer. Amanda and we get along well. That's good. Yeah. Did she keep the house cold too in the winter? Yeah. I like that. I do too. Yeah. 64 in here. So
oh yeah, that's what we do too, and it drives me nuts.
Cal's
I'm
just like
bundled up. Yeah. I walk by the thermostat and secretly turn it up, and then get in trouble.
Right. It's true. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, so we are, from farm to plate today to vase, and episode 202. Our tip for today is from the section Flowers, Fruit, and Vegetables. Faux tubers. I love this. I really do. I've done this so many times. So ginger root from the grocery store looks like iris tubers. If you've ever looked at iris growing in your yard, they have tubers that look like that ginger, right?
Okay.
So you can include it as an accent. So inserting a couple bamboo skewers into it and putting it on top of flower foam, and then parking a iris bloom or two next to it makes it look like it's grown out of that tuber.
Oh, cool.
And I love that. The Telstar iris that my friend Lane grew at Sun Valley is the one that I did as an arrangement. We have that project on the UBloom website, so I'll put that in the comments for people to go look at it and see how that goes together, so that you can see what they look like. But I do it all the time at like garden club shows and things like that, and people always really love it because I think it's just an unusual way to use that ginger root.
Oh yeah,
that is always available. And sometimes there's the prettiest one, and sometimes when you really need one, there'll be like a little shriveled up one that's like looks like a burnt hot dog. And you're like, where are the good ones? So you got to go to a different store and look. So yeah, that's true. This is about farmers market stuff.
Oh, I love this.
I loved it when I was reading through your outline because it's just like reliving each one of these episodes.
Oh.
It's just so interesting to think of all the things we've done.
Oh, right.
And all the places we've gone and all the things that we've seen. So, yeah.
And I love this one was so much about community and, local. And so it was so fun, just to kind of go through all of the different places, and starting with the farmer's market made so much sense. I thought that was so cool.
So we went to Napomo to Eufloria Flowers and followed them to one of their farmers markets. Eufloria Flowers just shut down in their former iteration of being a cut rose grower, and they're now a shrub rose grower. So you'll be able to get all the varieties of the Eufloria roses that used to be cut flowers for your garden.
Oh, that's cool.
So they kind of switched things, but they used to go to 17 farmers markets.
Whoa.
And they would also go to one in Hollywood where the movie stars would come. Like Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck would come every week and buy their roses.
Cool.
But we went to the one in, I think it was Aurora Grande. We were there, and it's so cute. They had a sign that said, "The prettiest roses on the planet," and it was credited to me. And you can see it behind Sharon Koch in this one because it's right behind her. And when they shut down all this, I said, Chad, does that sign still exist? Because I want it.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, it was gone. He said, we threw it away. And I was like, oh, that's mad.
Well, I'm gonna go back and look for it in the episode now. I didn't catch
Yeah,
that.
so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
right behind Sharon, and
Okay.
Sharon is so wonderful. We would go to she's an avid quilter. She has so many incredible quilts. We would go to Amsterdam with them, and her and I were always in the back seat together, and she would teach me about how she was quilting the next project and showing me pictures of what she would do, and she's written me a couple of letters, and I've saved them because her handwriting is so beautiful.
Oh.
It's just like this, like it's like an artistic adventure in a letter.
Oh,
It's amazing.
cool. Is it like cursive calligraphy or is it just really nice penmanship or
It's this crazy penmanship with all kinds of flares and swirls
Oh,
and things, and it's just so beautiful to read. And I keep
cool.
it's right upstairs by where all my bills are,
Oh.
and it's always and the postage stamps are, but it's always in there, and I take it out and look at it all the time. And it's just she's such a creative person. I love it.
Oh.
So yeah, so we were there, and then you also got to meet Lily.
Mhm, mhm.
And Lily is one of my featured friends that is in my Fun with Flowers book.
Oh, okay.
Lily's whole family used to work at Eufloria, and they would work as grading flowers and everything. And Lily was one of the coolest people that I've ever known. And I don't know where she is today. She's retired, and and she used to fix meals for us there, and they were
Oh.
the best, the most incredible food. She would just it was all authentic Mexican food, and it was just amazing and delicious. So yeah, she's a great cook. And so
Oh.
I visit with her a little bit, and
Mhm.
then we visit with a couple of the people too that bought stuff.
Yeah, talking with different, like, customers or people that were
Yeah.
there. It was so cool just to get people on the street
And
and
how they, how they pick
Yeah.
out stuff that match their tablecloth or whatever, and how
Yeah.
they come in. There was this guy, and he's in the video too, who ran this one, and he would have little games for people to play. So they could like win a free rose that would go into their bunch they were already going to buy or something by putting a ball a certain length, or
Oh.
he would do all these fun, he had all these kinds of fun and games. And I think that's all kind of part of the farmer's market thing is you go to meet the farmer and you go to
Right.
talk to the person and you go to hear about their stuff. I love that. We go 24/7. So like this week it's going to be 2 at the farmer's market.
Mhm.
Right. And so there's not as many people. There are people that I still want to talk to, and I still want to see what's going on and hear what their challenges are. And yeah, eggs are a little more expensive because you got to keep the chickens warm,
Mhm.
and they got to keep them laying over the winter.
Mhm.
Because typically they don't want to do that. So,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's those types of things. And I think it's so
Yeah.
interesting to talk to the people and have the experience whenever we go to California. Or if you're ever in California and you get to be in Santa Barbara on, I believe, a Tuesday or a Thursday, Santa Barbara has one of the most amazing flower markets. And there's a guy
Oh.
there who sells tuberoses, cut
Oh.
tuberoses. It was so funny. We were there, went up, and Eric was selling, and I was just like, he's like, "What are you doing here?" And I was just like, "I came to get some of your tuberoses." And he's like, "Oh my God, that's so funny." And I was like, he's like, "You came all the way from Michigan?" And I was like, "Yes." Yes, and we carry him in the car with us so we can smell him, as we're
Oh.
driving and everything, but I love it. That's what it's like. And it was very interesting because there were like even some professional florists who were there that we interviewed who came to buy product for their place as well. And that's
Oh.
where the thing about my grandpa came up.
Yeah, I loved that quote. Can you say it again just so
So let me set it up for you first.
Okay,
Okay, let me
okay,
set it up
okay.
for you. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's this thing about flower people that they want to tell you everything they know, and
Okay.
they want to be right. This lady had told me that she thinks that white flowers last longer. I had never heard that before. I really hadn't. I had heard that colored flowers last longer than white flowers. But I'm always willing to listen, and I always want to know. And if you'll notice, I said, I've never heard that before. She kind of comes back at me,
Yes.
right?
I'm so
And
glad you're bringing this up, Jay, because I totally noticed it.
and I was just like, no, 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 no. I'm not trying to argue with you. I am interested that you're telling me something I've never ever heard before.
Mhm.
And my grandpa always said to me, if you don't learn something and laugh every day, your day is not over. You need to get back up. So when you're putting your head down on the pillow, you scroll through your day and say, did I learn something today? Oh, yeah, it was this thing. Did I laugh today? Oh, yeah, I remember I laughed then. If you can't remember those two things, then you need to get back up because you need to learn something and laugh before you go to bed. And that was his deal. So I wanted to share that with her. And it's like, okay, you're telling me something I've never heard before. And I want to experiment with that and see if that's true. I think with some varieties, I think it is. I think that is true. I mean, I don't like white flowers. We've talked about this before. I don't like white flowers. I like gardenias. I like gardenias. Okay. I like gardenias. But I don't like white flowers. And so I don't have a whole lot of experience with them. And that was what I was thinking in my mind. Well, I need to check this out because maybe she's on to something.
Oh, yeah.
But she was coming for me.
I think you said, I've been in the flower industry my whole life, and I've never heard that. And she said, well, I've been in the flower industry my whole life. She tried to one-up you on.
I know. And I refrained from saying I was born at a flower convention. How about you? But I gotcha.
You handled it perfectly.
But I believe that it is true. I think, okay, lesson from this whole thing. We should be able to discuss stuff. We should be able to discuss anything. And not hate each other or kill each other. And I think that was the graphic example for me. It's like, I've never heard that before, but I'm willing to learn. And I or at least learn where you're coming from, or at least test what you've said, So yeah, let's do that. I feel like it's definitely more important to have laughed during the day than it is to have learned something.
But I love both.
It's always good to learn something. Because I think once we stop learning and once we stop laughing, there's not a whole bunch left after that.
Jay, my friend Shannon texts her son every day, what did you learn today? And they always discuss something new that he learned every day. And I always admired that. I was like, that's such a cool thing to keep track of. But I love that you and your grandpa added like laughter onto that is such an important part too. So I totally, when you said that quote, I was like, that it totally is. I love that. So
Kelly's my key to laughing. Kelly makes me laugh every day, many times. And I was just like, oh, he's so funny. But also the learning something. And I think that's also why I follow a thing called Weird Facts, because it's an Instagram thing that tells weird facts. I also listen to Jacques Pepin's Cooking at Home because I'm always learning something from him. I'm always learning. He showed me how to make eggs the other day. And I was just like, and it was the way that my mom made them, but I never paid attention.
Oh, okay.
And my mom would always serve pink eggs. It's steaming them that turns them pink.
Oh, okay.
And so he showed how to do it. And I was just like, this is so smart. I think engaging with things that are going to teach you something. I think that's also the whole secret behind public television is that it's set up to learn something. There's nothing more rewarding than learning something.
Right.
I love to watch nature. I watch the Antiques Roadshow, and it's like, I had that, or how much is that worth, or where did that come from, or what's that thing for? I think that those things, naturally being curious is a really, really good benefit for what we do. So yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
And again, always learning something. So, okay, Zinnia Dahlia bouquets.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, this was actually a pickup from something else that we did, but it had these little Vase Delight bouquets, and they were invented by a friend of mine, Bobby Ecker, and she invented them for Fern Trust. They're a little tiny bouquet that's made with the pieces that were picked off or broken. And so it's a little tiny 6 or 7 inch tall bouquet of foliage that you can drop into a vase and then add flowers. So it's like dropping the structure into the vase and then you add your flowers through it.
Okay.
And so we did that with the zinnias and the dahlias and then went back and added a few other garden flowers. And it just gave us a great little garden mix look very quickly. And I love these vases because these vases, so funny. These vases are recycled glass vases from the presses that make bubble wrap.
Really?
So the glass vase looks just like bubble wrap.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
But somebody found that mold and was like, we could push glass through here and then make it into a vase, and it's gonna look like a vase made out of bubble wrap. And I was just like, it does.
Yeah.
You can't pop it, but it looks great. It looks great. So yeah, I love those vases. So yeah, that's a fun one. I mean, and obviously in Michigan, zinnias and dahlias are available through the summer. And so all of the flower growers grow them here. Dahlias are a challenge for so many people because they don't last as long. They're just not a long-lasting flower. But zinnias, I can have zinnias 32 days.
Really?
It's Chrysal Professional 4. Chrysal Professional 4 in the water, and because a zinnia has a fuzzy stem, I use a CVBN tablet. So I use the CVBN tablet and the Chrysal Professional 3. Now, the interesting thing about that is when you add those two together, because of the chlorine level in the tablet, it will make the water a little cloudy. But don't worry about that. Those zinnias will last for 26 to 32 days. And the bottom of the bottom of the stem almost collapses and turns a different color. It's so interesting to look at them when they're finally finished. But fresh cut zinnias, you can have that long if you're using those Kreisel Professional Flower Food products. It's amazing. And you throw Kreisel Professional Glory on top of zinnias or on top of dahlias when you're done arranging them, they're going to make it last another day or two longer because it's going to reduce that amount of transpiration that the flower has. And it won't evaporate water as fast off its face. That same mixture of Kreisel Professional 3 and the CVBN tablet on a dahlia will get me about 13 or 14 days. And people don't believe me when I tell them that. And I just say, try it.
Wow. Cool.
Because you can. I just love those two flowers. I mean, my favorite is the Queenie lime green zinnia that kind of has a little bit of a rose cast to it. I just love that one. I mean, it's just gorgeous. Oh, I love zinnias, period. I'm wild about them.
Yeah. Well, I love the arrangement that you put together in the episode too. It was really cool. They look kind of like wildflowers. Like it was kind of this natural looking arrangement. I don't know, kind of the way you'd see them out in the wild, which was really fun.
I think the
cool.
secret to that was that I added the Crocusmachia pods. So anybody who has Crocusmachia in your garden, if you leave it after the flowers have bloomed, you'll get those little pods. And I think when you put those pods in a little arrangement like that, it makes it look like wildflowers. I think that's just like a simple secret ingredient that makes it look that way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I love
it. Well, then you went to Crane Dance Farms, which I'm so excited to talk about because that was such a fun part.
Okay. So I love those girls. I love Jill and Mary. They're friends of ours. We've known them for a long time.
So they're in Michigan then?
They're in Michigan, yeah.
Okay.
I believe they're in Middleville, maybe, or Centralville. They're way out in the country. And they come to the Holland Farmers Market every week, and they come to the Grand Rapids the Fulton Farmers Market every week. Mary comes to the one on Fulton, so we see Mary every week, and Jill goes to Holland, and so Jill is there. We love it when we get to see Jill. I mean, I just love Jill. And we love going to the farm because we could walk out in the fields with the cows.
Oh, yeah.
And they all have names and they know their names and they, I mean, it really truly is. And then the pasture that they grow is a wildflower pasture. So there's bees in the pasture for the stuff that the cows eat. And we get all our pork from them. So the little piggies that you saw, they have bacon, they have Canadian bacon, they have these pork chops. It's the best pork I've ever eaten. And I always ask the girls about that, and they say that it's because the animals are happy.
Oh, yeah.
She has eggs that she doles out. You have to...
So they said there's egg stalkers, people that are waiting for the eggs to come to the market.
And you have to buy so much stuff, or if you don't, Mary won't sell you eggs. Oh. And it's funny sometimes, and I'm like, have I bought enough to get eggs? Well, I don't know, But they have honey. We get our honey there, too.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
They have amazing chickens. They sell out every year of their turkeys for Thanksgiving. And so they have fresh, non-frozen turkeys for Thanksgiving.
Wow.
They grow sheep. They have sheep. They also have cattle. And so all of those things. And so and it's these two women. It's these two women. Okay, now. And so I hope Mary will not get mad at me. Okay. Mary is 80.
No way.
I know.
I don't believe
she looks so great.
She looks fantastic. Yeah.
She looks so great.
Yeah.
And Jill and her are just an amazing couple, and we are crazy about them. You'll see them in our 100th episode because they came to our 100th episode party.
Oh, that's exciting.
They're two of our wonderful farm friends. The Garlic Girls are also in the 100th episode, too, so you'll see Val and Kim. These ladies work their butts off.
Oh, I bet it's hard work, that. Yeah.
It's hard work being a farmer. And we're going to go down there. We'll go down there this Saturday, and Mary will be standing there, and it will be 2 degrees.
Oh my
and she will have like 6 coats on because she's only this big around anyway. And I'll be just like, how's it going? And she's like, it's cold. It's winter. Yeah. I'm just like, but there's no rest for the wicked, And I'm like, I know. But they're always there.
Oh.
They're so dependable. And the whole story about the sandhill crane. So, I'm from Nebraska. And I
Mhm.
did not realize this until after, see, the Rolodex is full. The gorilla lady who just, Jane
Oh, Jane
Goodall.
Goodall.
Jane
Yeah,
Goodall.
yeah.
There, I
Jane
could
Goodall.
get
Yeah,
Jane, that
yeah.
was all okay.
Oh, yeah.
Jane Goodall used to go 3 miles from where I live to watch the sandhill
Oh,
cranes
yeah, yeah.
migrate with her friend
Right.
and drink whiskey on the shore.
Yeah.
I saw that and I was
Oh.
like, "I know that's by where I lived."
Oh,
You
with,
know?
Mengelson, the photographer. Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes, yes. And
Yeah.
so I was just like, "Why did I not know this?"
Oh,
She went there for, like, years, went there
yeah.
every year.
Oh.
No one said anything.
Oh.
No one said anything. But anyway,
Yeah.
so the sandhill cranes stop at their farm, and they were dancing,
Mhm.
and that the sandhill cranes dance means joy,
Joy of
and
life,
that's
right?
joy of life, and that's why they named their place the Crane Dance Farm.
I love that, and that's the all the animals there,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
they have the
The
joy of life.
the ducks, geese, chickens, turkeys, guineas. I mean, they have it all,
Yeah, yeah.
and they have 2 hardworking dogs that are
Oh.
working the whole time too. They let those animals out, and then they put them in the at night, and they have to get them all in so that they don't get eaten by coyotes. I mean, it's a round the clock work.
Oh, yeah.
And when they have a sow that's gonna give birth, they have to be there and make sure all the little piggies are fine and everybody's, and that calves, and they gotta go out and check and see if calves are born I mean, it's
Wow.
wild. It is. I
Mhm.
mean, when you think of how much work it is to be a farmer,
Yeah.
that's why we have featured the other farm is Cresswick Farm, and we'll come up on them later with Farmer Nathan and his wife and son. I just have so much respect for the farmers.
Yeah.
Because they raise food that we can depend on and we can be secure in eating.
Mhm.
It's a little more expensive, but it's so good. I mean, Kelly and I have eaten their food, and Farmer Nathan, them, the Garlic Girls, Crane Dance, all those people, we eat their food. That's what we eat. And we are healthy people because we eat their food. There's no additives in it. There's no antibiotics in it. There's none of that other stuff all going on in there. And we eat organic. That's what we do. I mean, I pay a little bit more for that, but I feel better when I eat that. Did you know flowers perform best in clean water with the precise food? Chryso flower food is formulated by scientists to prolong the vase life of flowers as much as possible, and it's easy to use. I always choose Chryso flower food because it feeds the flowers, resulting in vibrant color and enhanced fragrance, while also keeping bacteria levels down. My personal favorite product is Chryso Professional 3. If you want to experience the benefits, Chryso flower food products are available at their website, chrysoflowerfood.com. That's CHRYSAL flowerfood.com. And be sure to use our discount code UBloom10 for 10% off your purchase. Support the joy of flowers. The Life in Bloom Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to flower education and inspiring a love of flowers in everyone. The foundation helps fund the production of Jay Schwanke's Life in Bloom on public television, making it possible for viewers across the country to enjoy the beauty and benefits of flowers. The foundation also provides free flower education to high schools, colleges, and floriculture programs through ubloom.com, helping students and future florists bloom in their own careers. Your donation in any amount makes a difference. Plus, all contributions are 100% tax deductible. If you'd like to help us continue sharing the power of flowers, visit the lifeinbloomfoundation.org to donate today. Thank you for your support.
And you look good, Jay. You and Kelly both look great, and it's because you eat healthy food, I'm sure.
Yeah, and we're supporting our friends. We are supporting Jill and Mary. We are supporting Val and Kim. We are supporting Farmer Nathan and his wife and his son. I like supporting my friends, and I like doing that, and I think that that's a wonderful thing. And that's all part of why we wanted them on the show, and that we got to make them flower crowns. They're sweet, kind people. It's amazing, and they do a great job. And so I don't know I know that Val and Kim do not ship anywhere. I know that Farmer Nathan ships all over the country. So
Oh, okay.
Crestwick Farms. I
Okay.
don't know if Jill and Mary do. They might. I know that you can buy on their website. So maybe there are certain things that they ship. I don't know how all that works, but I will put a link to their farm in our comments too, so that you can go to their website and learn more about them. But I just love that, when we were out there, they were like, it wasn't like that was cow 127.
Right, they all had names,
it was
Spotty and Dottie, or
Mushka.
were the pigs, I think. Yeah,
Mushka was the cow. Okay,
Mushka.
do you know where Mushka's from?
No.
Mushka's the name of the cow in A Christmas in Connecticut with Barbara Stanwyck.
Okay.
Her cow is called Mushka. And we
Oh.
were like, Mushka like Christmas in Connecticut? And they were like, and we're like, oh yeah, we know. So, I mean, I just think it's interesting that they all have the names and everybody. Yeah. I mean, it's remarkable food. I have several friends who are vegans, and they get mad at me and try and convert me. But for those of you who are not, those pork chops that we get from those girls are one of the top 5 things I have ever eaten in my entire life.
Oh, all right. I want to try them now.
They are incredible. And Jill will attest to this. Whenever I fix them, I take a picture of it on my plate, and I take a picture of my plate licked clean. And I'm like, this is just to let you know how much we love you and how much this means to us, that we have food that is that delicious, that we can count on, that we know where it's been, that we know how it's been taken care of, that it's been humanely treated, and that we are, and that we're healthier for eating it. And it's true. It is so good. So good. And
that's awesome.
The eggs, Mary's eggs are like the color of, they're like orange.
Oh, cool.
And it's funny because you're just like, whoa, when you crack them, and you're like, man, and I was like, why is that? And she said, because our chickens get to run around and have fun. And I was like, okay, all right. And they taste amazing. They're amazing. So yeah, I mean, it's fun.
The joy of life.
Yep, it is. It is.
Yeah.
And they do such a great job with it. So yeah.
Oh, can I tell a quick piglet story?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I want to, because I saw that. I want to I want to hear the piglet story. Okay, go.
So Amanda and I, a few summers ago, were up in Door County, Wisconsin, and went to a farm there. And there was a farm where there were all these baby goats and baby sheep, and you could go, put a quarter in a thing, and it would give you some corn to feed them or whatever.
Sure. Okay.
And you could buy a bottle too and just go and feed. So there's all these different animals everywhere, and the goats would walk right up to you, the baby goats, and would want to be fed.
Okay.
And so we were trying to figure out who wasn't getting fed, and we went back, and there was this area where there were these tiny little piglets, and they were in kind of this in a barn in this wooden area that was kind of blocked off. And when we were in there earlier, before we had the milk, we were like, oh, they're so cute. And so we went and got the bottles of milk and walked back over, and these things came alive, and they were fierce. They're these tiny little piglets, but they were bumping into the wood, and it was shaking the whole barn. And they're these tiny little pigs because they wanted the milk. And so we gave them the bottle of milk, and they were had these faces where they curled their tongue up like a straw and were making these sucking noises, and then they wouldn't let go of the bottle, and it was these ferocious little piglets. But they were so cute, but it was so funny. They went from just being so relaxed and chill, and then when there was food involved, they were like, "Oh yeah, here we go!"
Oh my god! Oh my god!
It was so adorable.
It's so funny too, because pigs come around. When we were in season 8, we went to Idlewild Farms, and they're a regenerative farm, and they're a Jewish family. And so they have pigs that are only there for regenerative farming.
Oh.
So they have these 3 pigs. 2 are named after composers, the kids' favorite composers, Amadeus and Mendelssohn.
Oh.
Okay. And then the 3rd one is named Gail.
Gail.
Who does not love a pig named Gail?
Yeah.
And they're huge. They're 650 pounds.
Wow.
And obviously they're Jewish, so they're not going to eat these pigs. They're there for when a row or an area of the farm has been depleted, then they let them go through and root it. And then their manure regenerates that area again, and then it's ready for planting the following year.
Oh, that's really cool.
I like that we've covered both aspects of that, because they're oh no, those are the regenerative farming pigs.
Oh, yeah.
And then Crane Dance has the other pigs.
Yeah.
For the other function.
Yeah.
But I think that's interesting. And I just, your story about pigs now. So I've got these.
Yeah.
I mean, pigs are an amazing thing. I was always
They
afraid
are.
of them because my cousin and my uncle had pigs on a farm. And he always told me, don't get near the pigs. They'll eat you.
I know, I've heard that too.
And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. So I always had this fear of pigs,
Right.
and everybody's kind of like, nah, it's not, the bad rap, but I
Okay.
got you, but I mean, I think that's very interesting. So
Yeah.
I love ferocious little baby piglets.
They came to it was like I kind of having that in the back of my mind that they could eat you. I was like,
Right,
these things are
right.
like this big, these tiny little things, and they could have knocked that barn over. It felt like there was
Because you
power.
brought them milk. For heaven's sakes, what were you doing?
Yeah, I know.
That's funny. That's
Yeah.
funny. So the pork loin is from the girls that we fixed in
Oh,
this.
that's right. Yeah,
So
you said that.
and we did a
Okay.
lavender rub on it.
Okay.
So you'd ask the question, does the crew get to eat the recipes when Jay cooks? It depends.
Okay. I was so curious. When I saw that, I was like, oh man, I don't know if I was really hungry when I watched it, but I
If
was
they
like
want to, sure.
Yeah.
But sometimes, because we fix them all in one day.
Oh, right. Uh-huh.
And so sometimes they're like, does anybody want any of this? And Chris almost will always be like, I want to try it. I want to try it. But other people are like, no, I brought and we have several people who have dietary restrictions too, who are on the phone. So they are on filming. So they can choose whether or not they want to eat that.
Okay.
Or what they want to eat. Or they bring their own. We all bring our own lunches because there's so many dietary restrictions for our crew. Different people, different things. So everybody brings their lunch. And when I'm filming, there's only certain things I like to eat when I'm filming because I feel like sometimes I eat too much. So I am that guy. But so they do. I don't really recall. I think the pork loin went home with us though. I think it went home with us.
Yeah.
That we did it that way. So yeah.
Okay. I remember Jay when I was at your house when we were shooting, you had made some breakfast for the crew and they were all like raving about it and they were telling Amanda and I think you were off doing something and they were like, you guys have to try this. And I forget what it was
the banana.
exactly.
It was the banana nut cake, the banana bread cake. It was the banana bread cake.
Yeah.
And I was having trouble with it because it wasn't getting done in the middle. And Keith and I love the ooey gooey center of stuff. And so we will always be like, can we have the middle part? And they're like, and Keith's like, can I get the middle part out? I was like, of course you can. Get the middle part. I will try stuff out. And one time I made scones for them and they liked those. There's this story about MASH. And I always think about this. The guy who was in Dragnet, who was Colonel Potter, whoever that guy, Henry Morgan.
Okay.
The last day they filmed for MASH, he went in at 3 a.m. and fixed everybody breakfast.
Oh, cool.
And he said, I got to cook. I got to cook for everybody because everybody's worked so hard. I got to cook.
Oh,
and so he made breakfast for everybody. And it took him 6 hours to make breakfast for everybody. And they were all and when you ask any of them about the last day of filming, they all talk about how Henry Morgan fixed them breakfast. So I always thought that, okay, so when we do our last filming, I guess I got to get up early that morning and fix breakfast for everybody. Whenever that may be. So hopefully
that's
wheel Jay in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
He's been here for 3 days trying to get that made. I don't know. Yeah, so who knows? This show had the cucumber gimlet in it.
Yeah, I love that.
That is our favorite drink. And so we make the cucumber-infused vodka with local cucumbers. And it's really important. So I peel them with a potato peeler, and the peel and the cucumbers go into it for about a day and a half, maybe 2 days. A little longer than that, it gets bitter. So you got to get it out of there. And I just kind of keep testing it because I don't want it to get bitter, but I want it to be really green and really cucumbery. I have done so much cucumber that there are probably 5 or 6 gallons of cucumber vodka in my storage area because I'm always making it because I'm afraid I'm going to run out.
Oh, yeah.
But we make cucumber gimlets probably a couple times a week. Not January right now because it's January, but but normally, so it's lime juice, a little bit of simple syrup, and the cucumber vodka. You shake it and you throw a cucumber in, and it's delicious. It's a recipe we got from a restaurant in San Francisco, and I'll be darned if I can remember the name because it's closed and gone. But that's where I had my first cucumber gimlet, and the guy gave me the recipe on how to infuse my own cucumber vodka. I've bought cucumber vodka from many people that it's already pre-made in the liquor store.
Not the same.
No, they're all sweet, and I and they put sugar in them, and I don't know why they do
Oh,
that.
yeah.
It's gross.
Okay.
And so, no, ours are not. Ours are not. And then so when I'm straining it, then I strain it through a coffee filter
Okay.
so that I
And you
don't
leave
have.
the peel in there to give it that green color? Is
I
that
leave
what
it in for
or
2 days,
for
just for
2
2
oh,
days. But
just
that's why
okay,
the
yeah, yeah.
peel goes in.
But okay.
Also, the other thing that he told me was that when you peel it with a potato peeler, you've exposed so much surface area of the cucumber that you're wasting half of that surface area if you throw the peel away.
Oh, okay.
It makes it much more cucumbery, and it makes it green. And anything that can be green, I am all about. Because green
Mhm.
is my favorite color. So my eyes are green, and that, anything that can be green, yes, please, green, please.
Yeah.
I mean, my sister on St. Patrick's Day would dye her milk green in the refrigerator and tell her kids that a leprechaun did it. And I would just go there for green milk on St. Patrick's Day. Can I just have some green milk? And she's like, yeah, and the guys are like, it's minty. You can taste the mint. No, it
No.
was not minty. It was just green.
It's in your head.
But yeah. So I
Yeah.
like that the vodka is green color.
Yeah.
And it will fade over time. So if you have a clear bottle and expose it to light, it will get clear.
Oh, interesting.
So I
Huh.
keep it in the dark, so it'll stay green.
Okay, gotcha.
Just a little
Yeah.
side note there. Both of these recipes, I will put links in the comments so that you can go look at the pork loin recipe with the lavender rub, which I do love. And I learned that from Ali'i at the Ali'i Lavender Farm in Hawaii, on Maui.
Oh, cool.
He gave me a lavender rub and then gave me the recipe so I could make the lavender rub at home.
Oh, cool.
And I love it because it has a lavender flavor. It's wonderful. It mixes really well with pork. We talked about zinnias, but the goose egg flower vases.
These were really cool.
Those were the girls' goose eggs. And
Okay.
so I had cut them and I had eaten them, and so I just cut the to make a vase, right?
Mhm.
But I did make one there.
I love there was some where you cut the
Save
top
inside
off.
save it the
Oh.
inside for cooking.
Yeah.
You can, but since I was at the farm, I was like, what do I do? What do I do? I don't have anywhere to put this. And Jill said to me, just put it on the ground.
Oh.
And so I just put it on the ground, and there were like 2 cats and a dog that were under the table then
Of course.
eating up the duck egg or the goose egg that was down
Oh,
there.
so
But
somebody eats it.
I love those, and I still have those goose eggs.
Oh, cool.
So
Yeah.
they stick around. You can use them again and again. And it was
Oh.
and so what I did was the frustration is what to set them up on. And so I put a tray and just put sand in it so the sand would hold them up. So
Yeah.
you could use like a little dish and put sand in it and then stand them up at each place setting or something like that if you wanted to.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite. It's a pretty project.
Yeah.
It was stuff all cut out of my garden.
Mhm.
And so it was just really pretty. Had the variegated geranium in it and stuff. And it's such a pretty project.
And there were some bigger flowers that you dropped in as a single
Yeah.
flower, and somewhere it was like an arrangement.
I think it was a dahlia. I think the single flower
that
was a
what it
dahlia.
was? Okay.
A dahlia or a zinnia. I'm not positive. So
Okay.
I would have to look at it again. So
Yeah.
About zinnias, you had a couple of things.
Oh, yeah.
They're fast growing, they're low maintenance. Butterfly magnets, what does that mean?
You said that there are. I thought you said in the episode that there are
Oh!
magnets or butterflies, that they attract butterflies.
I was thinking you meant a butterfly magnet like on my fridge or something. And I was like, is there a butterfly magnet on the fridge? No. Okay, yes, no, they are.
attract
They
butterflies, right?
attract butterflies, correct.
That's cool.
And zinnias were the first plants to be grown and flower on the International Space Station.
That's incredible. I
So
didn't
they
no
took
idea.
zinnias up there and let them flower and to see if they would flower in space, and they will.
That's amazing.
So yeah, that's the other
Yeah.
cool thing about zinnias. And their stems
Yeah.
are hollow. Their stems are hollow. That's the other thing I like about them. So
Oh, cool. Wait, so do they snap?
yeah, they could. Sure,
Yeah. Oh.
sure. I mean, and sometimes you'll notice that a zinnia will bend and then the bloom will still come on, and then that little bend is like stuck in it
Oh.
hardens off and stuff. Because zinnias are
Oh.
so durable that it'll bend down, and then the flower itself will straighten itself back up, and then you'll have that bend in the stem, and that's always kind
Oh.
of fun.
How
But
cool.
I always have pots of them in the garden because they do. I wish I had a place in the garden where I would just plant them in the ground, and I would like to get to that. We have an episode coming up in season 9. We're going to eliminate the grass in the front yard next year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
Oh,
so
wow.
we're putting in clover, and our city passed an ordinance to allow us to do so.
Oh, cool.
It used to be that you had to have a manicured lawn and it had to be, so now you can have clover and you can have wildflowers in your yard as long as they're not longer than 11 inches.
That's so cool, Jay. Wow, that's exciting.
The seed arrived the other day, and we're going to overseed, and we're not putting any more chemicals on the lawn, and we're going to make a flower lawn.
That is incredible. That is so exciting.
So, yeah, cool. Wish me luck. So this whole thing comes from our township is raising the prices of people who use a lot of water, and I do use a lot of water. And I was like, but I have to keep the lawn looking good. And I was like, if you guys would give us an ordinance so that we could do like a flower lawn or a flawn, that would be a great thing. And they were like, oh, well, yeah. So then they passed it. And so we don't have to worry about that anymore. So now we can have taller stuff in our yard. And that 11 inches is only restrictive to like 4 feet on either side of the sidewalk.
Okay.
So we've got a whole bunch of lawn that's we're just going to overseed it. That's what we're going to do. Because rather than rip it out, I want it in there to hold the seeds in place.
Okay.
So, but we got
that's
exciting. 5 huge bags of seed. Gal and I were just like, oh my God, this is a lot of seed. And then when our guys came, they were like, are we going to seed it like 4 or 5 times this summer? And I said, yes. And they were like, oh, okay, that's why you got so much. And I was like, yes, that's exactly why I got so much. But yeah, this company's wonderful too. And it's a great place. And they also make like mixtures for like shady areas and stuff. So we got a couple that we're going to test in areas that are shady and areas that are wet. And it's also, the seed that we're putting in is drought tolerant, so we will not have to water as much. So that's the other thing.
Okay. Because
lawns are not drought tolerant. And so, but the clover is drought tolerant. And they told me, and this is my favorite thing, I love this, because people like to wander through my yard and I hate that. And so they said, if you get this one, it's not a place where you're going to have dogs or people play, because we're not going to put it back here. We're not going to put it in the garden.
Okay.
We're going to put
just
it in
the front.
And I said, no, there's no dogs or people in that yard. And they said, because there will be a zillion bees.
Oh.
And I was like, yes.
Yeah.
That will be perfect.
Yes.
So if somebody knocks on my door and says, hey, I was stung by a bee, I would be like, what were you doing in my yard?
Right,
it's a pollinator yard. There's supposed to be thousands of bees out there.
Yeah.
They're all working for me. But yeah, so I'm excited to see what it looks like, and we're excited to cover it. So yeah. It's good.
Oh, that's so cool.
All right. Well, thank you. Thanks. Sorry for me running long.
No, all good.
Take care.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us this week on Behind the Bloom podcast with Jay Schwanke and RJ Poole. If you loved what you heard, be sure to follow or subscribe so you never miss an episode. And share it with a friend to help us spread the joy, one bloom at a time. Thank you for taking the time to slow down with us. And hopefully you left feeling a little lighter and inspired to try something new. Make sure to join us next week for a brand new episode. Thanks for being here with us, Behind the Bloom. Hey, just one more thing. If you love flowers, you've got to check out ubloom.com. It's the online home of Jay Schwanke's Life in Bloom, where you can stream every episode for free. Plus, you'll find Behind the Bloom videos, my blog, show recipes, and so much more. There's also a massive video archive, over 1,800 how-to videos, flower farm documentaries, and even my very first series, JTV. All Life in Bloom episodes, exclusive web content, and farm documentaries are totally free. Just sign up with your email. And if you're ready to dive deeper, there's a paid subscription option that unlocks the full library of how-to videos. Everything from creating bridal bouquets to centerpieces, corsages, and more. Tons of content to explore. You're gonna love it.